this is how the world is designed, and this is how most of us were raised, to keep chasing the next goal, the next moment of happiness, or the next approval from somebody else. So when a major challenge comes in a life, who do we really rely on? For example, you have to take a difficult decision for your career, marriage, where do you want to live, what career you want to choose. It's all based on what is most validated and applauded by people around us. And most of these people care about us only to the extent of maybe mentioning us in a negative remark or whatever, right? They don't even have any equity or stakeholding in our life. So who has equity in your life? It's you. But the thing is, you have let go of the entire control of your life. Okay, back to the topic. The topic is reconnecting with yourself, building an inner assurance, right? मतलब the point is कि लोगों की लगी पड़ी है ना, लोगों की लगी पड़ी है. And क्यों लगी पड़ी है? ऐसा नहीं है कि ज़िंदगी में कुछ बहुत बड़ा हो रहा है. ऐसा है कि छोटी छोटी चीज़ें हमें सबसे ज़्यादा पोक करती हैं. So going back to the fucking topic, I love this topic because over the last 12 years, this is what I've worked on the most. I would do these big energy shifting classes and mindset shifting classes and whatnot, to solve the big problems of my life, only to realize that it's all about you taking your power back. You taking your power back. You taking your power back. And you must be like, I already have my power. I didn't give it to anybody. Okay, fine. I'll give you an example. When people are like, oh, you moved from Delhi to Bali, you lived there, that is so cool, but how did that happen? This is so major. I also want to do it, but I can't do it because whatever is the reason, it doesn't matter. But the point here is that reason is bigger than your desire. And then how do you convince yourself that, oh, it's all right, I am still in control of my life? By telling yourself, oh, this is not the right time to, work on this desire. We'll do it later because later the circumstances will be better. No, they won't be, because you've been telling yourself the same story since fucking forever. I am sorry, but you're not living your life right now. You are living some chachi's life, some auntie's life, maybe your parents' life, whoever disapproves of what you truly want. You're actually living their life and they don't even know. They don't even know that you care so much about them. So, this is the flaw in the flow of life. We were taught to be hyper attentive of what others are thinking, what's the collective belief around us, so that we can adopt that in our life and live that way. Oh my god, that's such a shitty as fuck life, because we are not living our life. Now imagine this flow. Imagine this flow in which you are living from inside out. You are asking yourself every day, who am I? What do I want? What do I like? What did I enjoy about yesterday? What am I wanting to do today? What do I want to build? What do I want to create? What kind of life do I want to live? Imagine asking yourself these questions, and a lot of times, most of the times, it's not an easy journey, because it's not only a journey of discovering and exploring, but it's also a journey of undoing everything that you've been doing again and again and again and again and again. But it was easier to do those things because everybody around you was doing that, right? Like if you're somebody who's just not too inclined towards getting married yet, which is fine, very normal, but if it's abnormal in your environment to even question the age by which you should get married, let's say you come from a culture in which you have to be married by any age, it doesn't matter whether it's 25, 35, it doesn't matter, and you start thinking, oh, can I even question this? And everybody around you is like, this is the stupidest shit ever. You can't question things that work. Yes, they work for them. And it doesn't even work for a lot of them. They've just convinced themselves that it works for them because they think that they don't have any other choice. So they have to give into it. So anybody who is stepping out of it is a threat to their reasoning that they've given themselves that this is normal. Then they will be led to question that, was I living an untrue life all this while, right? Did I have a choice all these years and decades living my life through somebody else's definition? What have I done with my life? The regret comes in, and nobody likes that. So they would convince you that you know what? Stop questioning things. Do it our way. It worked for us. It worked for generations before us. It will work for you. You can do that, or you can choose a life which is based on your values, satisfaction, your truth. Now, I'm not gonna tell you, I cannot tell you what is true for you, because if I tell you, oh, Bali is so nice, everybody should be a nomad, I'm just being that chachi. It's just that I have a much cooler opinion. That's why when I work with clients and they're like, can you please tell me what is right for me here? And I'm like, you're complaining about your mother who tells you what you should or should not do. And now you're asking me to tell you what you should or should not do. So you're basically replacing your mom with your coach. Just because you've paid me and just because you like my views does not mean that you can replace somebody with the coach just to tell you what to do. And hence, what we do is we work for them to realize what works for them. Now, it won't be a very direct, instant process. Maybe for some people, yes. But the more you practice that, the more you realize that one person that is fully reliable in your life is you. That is the most powerful state you can be in this lifetime, when you know that you can rely on yourself. You can rely on yourself. You can rely on yourself. And I'm saying it this way because it's a delicious state to be in. It's not the easiest climb. It's not the easiest trek to get to this point, but it's so worthy. And the moment you've tasted this, you cannot go back, because you cannot undo the trust that you have on yourself at that point, and then nobody else's opinion would really trigger you. So I get messages from a lot of people who say that my parents trigger me a lot. If anybody triggers you, no matter whether they are your parents, your spouse, a random person walking on the street, if they are able to trigger you, that means that whatever they're saying, you yourself believe in that to whatever extent. I know nobody likes to hear that, because it's so much easier to just blame somebody else for your trigger than take responsibility yourself. But that is the case. So in this video, what you will do is, you will realize, first of all, why you do not care about yourself, why you seek other people's validation, right? You will go through 3 steps through which you can build a really solid relationship with yourself, so that no matter what is happening around you, no matter who supports you, who doesn't support you, no matter how much you are judging yourself, how much you are doubting yourself, you will be there for yourself. And what is the outcome of that? What is the outcome of having your back no matter what? Trusting in your intuition, in your higher self no matter what? What is the outcome of that? More money. More of a life that feels true to you. More amazing friends. An amazing partner. And even if you have a partner at the moment, no matter what it is, everything in your life enhances when your relationship with yourself enhances. Boom, that's it. So if you're interested in any of that, this video is relevant for you. I'm going to help you ground and anchor your energy within yourself. Number 2, you will discover what true self-love is for you. And number 3, what is number 3? You will create a new agreement with yourself for building this new relationship. So let's change the spot and get into these practices. And by the way, this is the new villa that I've moved to. I love it here because it's right in the middle of nature like every other villa, but it's a bit too much in nature, which I absolutely love. And the pool might be Olympic size pool. Okay, so we are here. I really wanted to sit in front of the pool, but it's drizzling right now, which is beautiful. So here we are. So we're going to start with number 1, which is grounding. If you don't know what that means, we'll get to it in a second. But when was the last time you truly felt that you are connected to something really strong within you? You know, that power, that strength, that support system that is always present for you, no matter how much anxious you're feeling or what other people around you are saying, pointing fingers, there is chaos at home, whatever is happening. There is something inside you which is holding you with love and you feel supported. That is what a state of groundedness feels like. And if you haven't felt that since a long time, or if you keep going in and out of this state, no problem. I'm going to give you one very simple yet profound exercise which you will practice every day just for 10 minutes to get grounded and to reconnect with that you which is living inside you, which always has your back and is stronger than what you can imagine. While we do more advanced practices in our programs, in our coaching sessions, I'm going to give you a very simple exercise. I want you to sit on the ground, and even if you live on a different floor in your apartment, that's fine. Sit on the ground and with your hands like this on your lap, and I want you to close your eyes and feel the ground beneath you. So you can actually feel that touch on your body, and I only want you to pay attention to that connection between your body and the ground. So some of you could only be feeling the touch of the ground, some of you might be feeling an exchange of energy between the ground and your body. And I want you to surrender to the knowing that this ground is always there to hold you. No matter what state you are in, you are always and always supported by this ground. And now I want you to see that energy going from the ground up in your body, going up through the touch, the connection you have with the ground. So it's going from the ground to your body, to the top of your body. And it's as simple as that. I want you to practice this every day for 10 minutes. Now, if you have been feeling fidgety, restless, anxious, what you will start experiencing is that you will start feeling a sense of okayness. Oh, even though this mess is around me, I feel okay. Even though I'm not able to make a decision, I am okay. And this is especially important for people who constantly have to make really important decisions in their business, in their life. Now, I recently went through a surgery which was extremely traumatic. The incident, the surgery and post-surgery, everything that was happening in my life. And after a really long time, I felt no control over my thoughts. So they were just spiraling down and taking me down with them. And I kept trying to hold on to something, hold on to a positive belief, talk to someone so that I can feel better. And I let go of everything. And the only thing that really helped me was just sit and ground myself and feel that connection with the ground. So a 2020 study even found out that people who practice grounding only for 10 minutes every day, they found their negative thought spirals to go down by 30%. So it really works. It is very powerful. You just have to consistently practice this. And if you're not at all in the habit of sitting with yourself, you can have accountability partners. It could be a friend, it could be a person in your coaching or whoever who can hold space for you, and you let them know that, hey, I did my exercise today, or I did not do the exercise today, which is fine, I'll do it tomorrow, right? But the point is that you keep showing up as much as you can. So somehow the second part got deleted. So here I am on another day recording the second part. So this is the most important part, which is you got to redefine self-love. Self-love is a state of being. But what happened was it got commercialized and it became a buzzword. So going to the salon, getting your nails done, or buying an expensive watch for yourself might be an expression of self-love, but it does not define self-love. Self-love can majorly be defined as how you treat yourself and how you see yourself, especially in moments when you are supposed to be disappointed by yourself. Maybe you made a mistake, you did not show up, or you did not keep your word, or anything where your programming tells you that you should not be kind to yourself in this moment, maybe because that's what you learned from your parents or from your environment. That is exactly when your self-love is tested. So how can you build true self-love with yourself? I've spent years and a lot of money in just trying to understand this and get to a state of self-love. I've spent years and a lot of money to learn this. So you got to start by recognizing how do you speak to yourself. I don't want you to quickly take a leap into I am so good to myself, because you're not on a lot of time. So it is essential for you to recognize that first rather than quickly trying to fix something or shift something, right? So for example, you made a mistake and you either then or later on heard yourself saying shit to yourself. Could be diluted, could be subtle, could be extreme. Your job is to recognize, and the easiest way to do that is by first making a mental note and writing it down, or if you're in an accountability group or in a program, write it there where you feel that no judgment will come your way. Just express there, because it helps you make a mental note. That mental note is powerful enough so that next time when you do that, you'll be able to recognize that faster, and eventually you will automatically shift from that behavior to something that really supports you and is in terms of self-love. So hence, first get present with how you speak to yourself. Now as you're building more and more presence and you have data points with yourself that when this happens, this is how I speak to myself, now you will be able to do better groundwork of shifting from a certain sort of tone to a tone of love with yourself, right? So you can literally make exercises that when I mess up in my job and my boss is, let's say your boss is not kind. I've worked with enough number of people where that is the case. You can tell yourself that no matter how someone else is speaking to me, I will speak to myself kindly. Second, I will take more responsibility of it, and I will make sure that my course of action is different the next time. When you have taken accountability, there is no space for you to trash talk to yourself, and that is an expression of true love, being nice to yourself while taking accountability. So let's get back to the white dress video. After a few days of observing how you talk to yourself, you will have enough database to then start replacing these harsh words with something which is more respectful. So for example, I don't know what my problem is, I just can't understand, I can't do basic things, I didn't do this well. 2, okay, I see myself not performing adequately in this task. What can I do to make it better, right? It started raining and I don't know how I'm gonna go with all my equipment from this gazebo to my place, but cool. No problem. Number 3, you're going to create a new agreement with yourself of how you will treat yourself. Now, I'm not going to drop you with these 2 steps, because your mind, who is so used to of your normal dialogue, of your normal self-narrative, it's eventually going to convince you, go back to how you speak to yourself, or you will just somehow slide into your normal way of treating yourself, right? Just because that's familiar. So hence it's important that you literally have a ritual of making a new agreement with yourself. So before that, I'll give you an example. I met this person when I was studying in US. He said that he is not at all allowed to make mistakes, and if he does, he literally bashes himself, he literally punishes himself. He was living in his own mind jail, but he believed that this is a self-motivator. If I bash myself, I will know that I can perform better next time. And the worst part was, he not only did this to himself but also people around him. So he would literally body shame another friend in front of everybody and be like, oh, you've gained fat, blah, blah, blah. And he would openly say that just because I'm saying this in public, you'll be more motivated to do something about it and lose the weight. Imagine how conditioned our brain can be, that we are openly expressing our toxicity for ourselves and in fact wearing it as a badge. So this is how intense these patterns can be. And it sucks that we learn to punish ourselves from childhood. So we've been doing this for decades and decades. So hence, you're now going to make an agreement with yourself. So what is this agreement about? This agreement is about, in different situations, how are you going to treat yourself? Including, in fact, most importantly, situations in which you mess up, in situations in which you currently don't see yourself as worthy, right? You're literally going to write down that when I mess up, this is how I'm going to treat myself. So here are a few questions that you can answer for yourself. In your agreement, you can even write down these questions that you can ask yourself when you mess up. Number 1, what did I learn from this? Number 2, how can I do this better next time? And doing this not only gets you more confidence, because you're like, oh, I am my own fan, I love myself, I have my back, but it also raises your vibration. 4th step, and this is the most important, and this is what we practice in every session, in every program that we do, which is get clear on your values and stand by it no matter what. Just because we were constantly taught that we should care about what others think about us, we don't even know what matters to us. What are our value system? For example, satisfaction, joy, expansion. So I want you to write all of this down And this is important for your self love because whenever you notice any variation, from your value system, you will be reminded to come back, ground yourself, and remind yourself that these are my values. Hence, if my chachi, if my auntie is blabbering about something which is totally against my value system, boom, I don't even have to consider it, because it is not something what I want and who I am. Moreover, Harvard study found out that 76% of people regret making major decisions of their life, such as marriage, career, because they were not based on their own true values. Imagine living that life. So hence pause and ask yourself, what do I want? What matters to me? What are my values that I want to stand for? Now, self reflection can be really uncomfortable, and knowing this can soothe you when you are feeling uncomfortable. So, it's totally alright. So, in this process of building this incredible relationship with yourself, you will find out that you can emotionally be dependent on yourself. There is nothing more magical and more powerful than that. That means that you will have your back in the most terrible situations, and you will be, even if one part of you will be scared, terrified, overthinking, you will observe that there's another part of you which is holding space for all of that, which is telling you, whispering in your ear, that it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. I don't want you to only watch this video. Instead, make notes and actually practice this, and let me know in the comments what changed for you. So, creating a solid relationship with yourself is not a one time event, it's a lifelong journey. So, the more you practice it, the more you find the juicy parts of you, the dark parts of you, and you learn to love all of that. And the more you can love yourself, the more you can love others. So, if you don't want to do it for yourself just because your self esteem, self worth is too low, that's all right. You can do it for people around you, knowing that you can only truly love them if you truly love yourself. And people who are in the process of manifesting a partner, this got to be a first and last step for yourself, because the more you reconnect with yourself and do all of this, you will be able to attract a person who also reflects the same values as yours. So this is Yuvika, your mindset shifting coach, and if you want to work with me in any capacity, then you will find the information in the description. We're coming up with a power group, a 4-people program. So if you're really serious about working on your goals through your mindset inward, what? If you're really serious about now changing your life for better and making 2025 and all the years and decades to come the best moments, the best time of your life, and make a lot of money doing what you truly love, being happy, attracting genuine people, then this program is for you. So I'm going to see you in the next video. Sending you a lot of love and prosperity. Bye.